Okay, welcome back. We're on another rousing edition of History Review. Tomorrow your test is going to be over causes of the Civil War, so I've broken it down into 3 parts. That way you can kind of just hit what you want. Starting off, this one will be about geography, the Nullification Crisis, Dred Scott v. Sandford, and blah blah blah, sectionalism. I'm using crowns today, it's weird. Okay, first off, geography. A little doodle under geography. How does geography lead to civil war? Now I want you to think, we have to think in terms of north and south. Now the north has thin rocky soil, therefore very little farming. Whereas the south is going to have fertile land, lots, these are little plus signs, lots of farming. This farming requires them to have people that help them. These people who help them, who don't get paid, are called slaves. They require slavery. Now this also makes the north more industrialized. They're going to have more ports. They're going to focus on shipbuilding. Sorry, that's a really long word. The north is going to be far more industrialized. They're going to have more factories, more ships, they're going to be more industrialized. The south is going to just be a lot more agricultural. They primarily focus on agriculture, growing cotton. And actually, interesting fact about them also, only a small number of whites owned a majority of slaves. Only a small number of whites owned a majority of slaves. Okay, next, for the Nullification Crisis. The Nullification, guys, the reason I called this review is because we've talked about all of this before. The Nullification Crisis, if you're having a hard time remembering, the Nullification Crisis was South Carolina hated, or in general the South, hated the tariffs of 1828 and 1832. In fact, they hate them so much they nicknamed them the Tariff of, can you remember what it is? Tariff of Abominations. It says abominations, it's hard to see that it does, but it says that. South Carolina hated the Tariff of Abominations because, and I'll tell you why. Because it protected northern industry at the expense of the South. It protected northern industry at the expense of the South. So, South Carolina threatens to secede. South Carolina threatens to secede. Henry Clay, the great compromiser, Henry Clay finds a way. Henry Clay finds a way. Henry Clay finds a way. He's the great compromiser. He's going to write this compromise, the compromise of... He is a compromiser. The great compromiser. Now again, the North is going to be upset because they feel like the South is like throwing fits and getting their way. South threatens to secede. So Henry Clay comes up, finds a way. Henry Clay finds a way to tell them, okay, whoa, don't back off so soon. We will lower tariffs over 10 years. We're going to lower tariffs over a period of 10 years. Next, we have Dred Scott v. Sandford. Dred Scott v. Sandford. It's a Supreme Court case. Supreme Court case. It's a Supreme Court case that says we're going to, that slaves are not citizens. What are they considered? And you guys have to think for a minute, what are they considered? They are property. And why is this a big deal? What is now protecting slavery? Think about it. What is now protecting slavery? Constitution now protects slavery. Now, the reason that Dred Scott said that he should be considered a free slave was because he said, well, at one point in my life, I lived above the 3630 parallel. Once am I free? Am I not always free? He was told, yeah, no, the government really can't say that, therefore, Missouri Compromise equals unconstitutional. Is unconstitutional. Lastly, sectionalism. Sectionalism is the general frustration that these states have with each other. When you think sectionalism, think states' rights, slavery, states' rights and slavery are a part of sectionalism, and all of this, both of these, or all three of these, lead to civil war. Alright, our next video will be over Nat Turner's Rebellion, the Compromise of 1850, and Harry Beecher Stowe. Thanks for watching.